Instead of hot coffee, a cop got a cold shoulder. But that's not the nice way to describe what happened to a police officer in Connecticut. He was denied service at a Dunkin' Donuts. He was waiting in line at the West Hartford restaurant when an employee loudly announced to all the customers, quote, "He didn't get the message. We don't serve cops here." Fox Connecticut's Jim Altman is covering the Dunkin' disrespect and filed this report for On the Record.
You know, there's a saying here in Connecticut that there's a Dunkin' Donuts on every corner. That's certainly the case here in West Hartford, Connecticut. This is a very popular shop here. Neighbors come here, workers come here, and police come here. But it's what happened on Saturday at this Dunkin' Donuts that's left a bad taste. The coffee talk has been contentious for the past 2 days, at least at this Dunkin' Donuts in West Hartford.
Well, he was a little dumbfounded when it happened.
On Saturday, a veteran West Hartford police officer came into this busy Farmington Avenue location to get a cup of coffee and was loudly told by a female employee, "We don't serve cops here." The police report states she then repeated herself, saying he didn't get the message. "We don't serve cops here." The officer took the high road. He walked out to the parking lot and was then approached by the store manager, who apologized. The employee said it was all in jest, but the story continues to percolate. It's been all over social media and even grabbed some headlines. Hey, how are you? We went to the store to ask about the incident. We just asked you about what happened here on Saturday.
Right now, I'm in the middle of my cash out. I can't really give
You can't talk to us about what happened here with the West Hartford police officer on Saturday?
No.
It was regrettable, though, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't give no kind of information on it. You guys can talk to Dunkin' Brands.
We asked franchisee Scott Fanning to discuss the matter on camera. He issued a statement instead saying, "We have apologized for this isolated and unfortunate incident. Dunkin' Donuts firmly respects and fully supports the West Hartford police. We look forward to our continued positive relationship." In fact, today the police and Dunkin' execs sat down. Ted Stoneburner is a West Hartford police lieutenant.
It was a very good meeting, and they've come to a mutual understanding of the incident, and we have no ill feelings.
And the police say they appreciate the public outcry.
There's a very difficult climate in policing today, and we're doing our best to put our best foot forward. This incident is over, and we just want to move ahead. And we have a great community here in West Hartford, and we truly appreciate their support.
We also asked Dunkin' Donuts if there was any action taken against that employee. They have yet to respond to our question. As far as the West Hartford police go, they tell us they're gathering all sorts of support on their Facebook page from well-wishers. Reporting in West Hartford, Connecticut, Jim Altman, Fox News.
Now, this latest incident, unfortunately, discriminating against a cop is not unique. We've heard it before. It's rotten. The On the Record legal panel is here. Former prosecutor Katie Fang and former homicide detective and criminal defense attorney Ted Williams. Ted.
You know, I'm incensed by what is taking place here, and Dunkin' Donuts should have the responsibility and to fire someone who did this. We don't serve police officers here. When you arrive at that Dunkin' Donuts, who in the hell are you going to call other than police officers? That's the sad commentary. And the problem with this is it's not an isolated incident that's just going on there. This is going on all over the country, where you've got brave men and women who are there to serve and protect their communities, and you're telling them that you can't serve them and you disrespect them. It's just utterly unacceptable.
Katie, the police said it's a difficult climate in policing.
That's an understatement. As we all know, there is a complete war on the blue. Police lives matter. It's not just Dunkin' Donuts. It's happened in Arby's. It's happened at Taco Bell. We've had police officers who've walked in. They've walked into an establishment which is a public accommodation. People need to be aware, if you have a business and you're opening it up to the public, you face the reality that you are offering services to the public at large. You are not allowed to discriminate, especially against law enforcement. It may not be illegal. It may not be actionable, although there are some states that have laws against discriminating against people's military status. It might be time for people to reevaluate, the legislature to reevaluate whether you can discriminate against law enforcement. It's terribly unfair, like Ted just said. You get robbed at that Dunkin' Donuts, sure as hell you're picking up the phone and calling 911, and it's that officer from West Hartford that's going to show up in response.
You know, I think of firing would send probably a pretty good message.
I think it would. There was in Texas a Whataburger where a police officer was told that we would not serve you, and Whataburger, I must tell you, took that right action and fired the person on the spot. There needs to be sent a message. We can't have this in our community. There are good men and women who risk their lives daily to serve and protect those members of that community.
And not just some good men and women, most. You know, that's the problem. Katie, would you fire this person?
I would not only fire that person, I also would try to take it up the chain a little bit and see why the supervisor wasn't doing something. I understand the supervisor came out into the parking lot and apologized immediately, but there's something wrong that this is so pervasive and it's creating this culture of disrespect.
You know what I'd do if I were Dunkin' Donuts? They got a lot of money. I'd make tomorrow Dunkin' Donuts free coffee all across the country. I don't care
All
if
law
they're franchised.
enforcement.
Coffee and donuts for all law enforcement. Show up in your uniform or show your badge. Anyway, that would send a big message as well, and they can afford it. Anyway, Ted, Katie, thank you both.